Hey everyone, and welcome to What Did I Miss, where today I will be explaining the newest entry into the Star Wars universe, the animated series The Bad Batch, set to debut on Disney Plus on May 4th, 2021. After the success of The Mandalorian, the Star Wars franchise will grow considerably over the next few years, with a bunch of new series and other media coming out on Disney Plus. Like The Mandalorian, this series is based on characters that Star Wars fans have seen before, but proved so popular that now they are the focal point of their own story. But even with this popularity, there are a good number of fans who do not watch the Clone Wars animated series and are not aware of this group or storyline. So here, I will go over the history of these characters and what makes each of them special, as well as what we can expect in the series, such as cameos from characters that we have seen in live action before. This is always more fun when I hear from you, so let me know in the comments if you are excited for this series and if you still have any questions after you watch this. Also, if you do enjoy this video, you can help this channel out a ton by simply hitting that like button on the video. Alright, so let's go over a brief history of Clone Force 99, also known as the Bad Batch, and what they mean to the Star Wars universe. The Bad Batch are a group of clones created from the DNA of Jango Fett, as all other clone troopers are, but that is where the similarities end. The unit was built up with a group of clones who were bred with advantageous genetic mutations that made them exceptional soldiers. These mutations also had the side effect of making them not look like or have the same voice as the other clones, since they were not an exact replica like the others. Each one of the group was given unique strengths and abilities that would make them better soldiers than the rest of the clones, and hopefully be able to hit a target with a blaster. The group was also given the designation Clone Force 99, which was an act of loyalty to a prior clone with genetic mutations named 99, who was unable to serve in the army but died helping to protect Kamino during an attack. If you do not remember Kamino, that is the planet we visited in the Star Wars movie The Attack of the Clones, and was an aquatic planet that contained the clone production base. Obi Wan visited there, and later it was shown heavily in the Clone Wars series as where the clone army was bred, and it basically became their home planet in a way. When this series begins, it is said to be during the events of the movie The Revenge of the Sith, but before the fall of the Republic seen at the end of that movie. Kamino is also where the technology of the inhibitor chip was created, which is what makes the clones obedient and is what the Emperor used to almost wipe out the Jedi with Order 66. The chip should be a big plot point for the series, as well as if this group participated in Order 66. It is yet to be made clear if this group of clones with genetic mutations was created by mistake, or if they were designed to be the way they are. But my humble opinion as a Star Wars fan is that they do have inhibitor chips, because if these clones are more deadly than a normal clone, then I doubt their creators would allow for less control over them. But I'm sure early on in the series we will see where this group was during Order 66, and if they did take part in it. Now there is a good chance that they were somewhere that there was no Jedi, so there would be no use for them to participate, but I think that the group will want to rid any control that the Empire has over them, and will eventually remove the chips. As I mentioned, each member was bred with specific mutations that grant them expertise in a certain manner of combat, and each given their own personality. Hunter is the leader of the group, and I always thought his design was based on Rambo, but in doing research for this video, I found that he was actually meant to resemble the Billy Soul character from the Predator movie. He has enhanced senses that increase his abilities in sight, smell, and hearing, and is able to sense electromagnetic signals. This allowed him to track things better than mapping technology, and allows him to sense when droids are present. Besides being the group's leader, he's shown to be an excellent hand-to-hand fighter, and while he is a good shot with a blaster, he prefers to attack enemies with his vibroblade, a weapon we saw used prominently in The Mandalorian. The next member of the group is Wrecker, and just like his name, he is a bull in a china shop. He is much larger and stronger than a normal clone trooper, and his personality matches this, as he is very bold and loud, and was created based on the Hulk character from Marvel Comics. In a way, he is the opposite of Hunter, as instead of using stealth, Wrecker would rather run right into a room full of droids and bash them with his bare hands. He is also known to be fond of using explosives, and has a knife that is basically a machete, as it has been made much larger to match his build. Additionally, Wrecker usually does not like working with other clones, a trait that may play out early on in the season, and has a fear of very tall heights, which is ironic with him being so much taller than any other clone. Tech is the intellectual one of the group, but that does not mean he cannot hold his own in a fight. His mutation granted him a talent for science and extraordinary skills with technology, including engineering, decoding, and language translation, but he was still shown to be an excellent hand-to-hand combatant and marksman when the need arose, although he is not as confrontational as the rest of the group. He has a ton of special equipment that includes a visor that acts like a computer interface, and a computer terminal on his forearm armor that allows him to access a number of functions, such as trajectory calculation, translation of alien languages, and recording and replaying sound effects. But my favorite part of his equipment is his specialized helmet, because to me it looks like he has a Leia hairbun on each side of it. The coldest member of the group, Crosshair, was given heightened vision that makes him an amazing marksman, and he is able to hit a target as much as 6 miles away. His personality is based on Clint Eastwood's Western characters, and he is shown to be very cold and has a dry sense of humor, and is usually chewing a toothpick. His personality sometimes brings him into conflict with Wrecker, but they are shown to have a healthy rivalry similar to Gimli and Legolas from The Lord of the Rings. He also has a special helmet that allows him to have a greater line of sight as a marksman, and has shown to have a disdain for most other clone troopers, which he refers to as regs. There are rumors that this character will play a pivotal role in the first season of the series. I will get to that once I'm done explaining the characters. Ekko is the final member of the company and the last one to join. Ekko was a clone trooper that was captured by the Separatist army and subjected to experiments that left him as a cybernetic creature, similar to a member of the Borg from Star Trek. The 4 members of the group rescued Ekko and allowed him to join the group after his bravery was shown in battle. While his body was ravaged by the torture he endured as a prisoner, he was shown to be exceptionally brave, and his implants allow him to interface with computers similar to how a droid would be able to. Although he is not based on any other character, his name is a reference to the fact that before he was captured, he would quote regulations and orders back to his comrades, which earned him the nickname Ekko. Besides these characters that have shown up on the Clone Wars animated series, there are a few confirmed to appear that have shown up on both live action and in animated form before. The first being Saw Guerrera, who appeared as a younger man in the Clone Wars and Rebels animated series, and a much older one in the movie Rogue One, played by Forrest Whitaker. Saw Guerrera is a freedom fighter that is sometimes viewed as an extremist, but is vital to the history of the Rebels, not only through the wars, but also for his role in stealing the plans for the first Death Star. Forrest Whitaker did reprise the voice of the character for his role in Rebels, but will not be returning for this series, as he will be voiced by Andrew Kishino, the same actor who voiced the role in the Clone Wars. Also showing up in the first season will be Fenix Shan, who will be voiced by her live-action counterpart, Ming-Na Wen. Since the series occurs over 30 years before the events of The Mandalorian, I'm sure this will be a much different character than we saw on the show, and it will be fascinating to see what a younger version of this character acts like. A rumored plotline of the first season is that the Bad Batch will break away from the Empire and be hunted by bounty hunters, and this would be when she would show up. The actress is also set to reprise the character in live-action form in the Book of Boba Fett, the next live-action series in the Star Wars universe. Captain Rex and Admiral Tarkin are also set to appear as well. Captain Rex is another popular character from the Clone Wars, and is a clone who has removed their inhibitor chip and has left the Empire. If and when the Bad Batch do decide to go off on their own, I'm sure that they will want to catch up with a former commander that they know has already achieved this. Also, Tarkin is back, but unlike his appearance in Star Wars, in which he is the military leader of the Empire and given the title of Grand Moff, during the events of this series, he is still a governor and has yet to rise to his position of absolute power. There are rumors that in this series, we may see the beginnings of his rivalry with director Krennic, who was played by Ben Mendelsohn in the movie Rogue One, and that Krennic could show up on this series. Besides these known roles, there's also one more character that looks very important to the group, and that is a child that is seen wearing jewelry that is from the planet Kamino. There's a strong possibility that the Bad Batch will leave Kamino and the Empire behind them and possibly take this child with them. As far as what the plot of the season is, the creators have not come right out and said it, but it is believed that the series will deal with the Bad Batch breaking free from the Empire and becoming mercenaries for hire. It is also heavily rumored that one member of the Bad Batch, Crosshair, may turn on the group and end up being one of the ones hunting them down. It would be very compelling to see one of this group go after their own, considering what the team has been through up until this point. Well, that is my summation of the upcoming series The Bad Batch, but you let me know, what did I miss? Was there anything big about the history of these characters that you believe I left out? And are you excited for this new series? I'm very excited for this series, as Disney is doing a lot to flesh out the Star Wars universe beyond the Skywalker saga, and this story of a Dirty Dozen style band of soldiers really appeals to me, and I can't wait to see what trouble they get into. I also want to add that I'm running a contest until April 30th, 2021, and 2 supporters of the channel are going to get these limited edition Captain Kirk Funko Pops. On May 1st, I will pick one random commenter that is a subscriber and one person who has joined the new WDIM Discord server. So all you have to do to be entered is be a subscriber on this channel and comment on a video from now until April 30th, 2021. And you can join the Discord server and be entered there as well. This gives everyone a lot of chances to win, and if we get 50 people to join the Discord server, I will add another Funko Pop to the prize. Thank you for clicking on this video. Please hit that like button if you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time on What Did I Miss?